don't have all night. I'm not one to make wait, Doctor. I've patients to attend.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse. It's locked, all right. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... It's locked. infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. I cannot enter. These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. It's locked. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. It's locked. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me, for I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal, but do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk.
No offense. I was pushing too much.
You were an officer, weren't you?
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scar.
So do you let her bite you?
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood.
She could decide to bite less.
Then it's another good reason for me.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
A giant your last thoughts would be, sir. Hospital.
Dude.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
But the suffering continues.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Tell me, Thelma. Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed.
I'll leave you, Miss...
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Good evening.
Evening.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. Daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed is...
What do you mean?
I was not...
You remain...
Thank you,
Do you know Tom Wa...
Tom?
People are...
How could it...
Who should I have...
Not Reed.
How did you end up...
I had received a letter.
Why did he abduct you?
William wasn't.
You dared to enter this...
I'm just some...
What is the
The situation...
Who leads...
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his...
Has the gang...
Ah, no.
How do you feel?
I feel it.
You're in good...
Thank you.
What do you do for...
I managed...
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton?
Not at all.
Why didn't...
That's a very...
Have you made friends?
Not Reed.
You never...
You're preaching.
Have you met...
Not...
You never...
You're preaching.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed. I met him in New York once.
Good evening, nurse. I'm
Dr. Swansea.
Did he really?
All men.
I see.
You must.
How are things?
Not.
And in...
Sorry.
Do you think this...
We are.
I'm not familiar.
Brilliant.
Most...
It would be.
Is there any...
Well.
Why should his...
I guess it's.
Nurse Brannigan?
No.
I'm not...
Brilliant.
Most...
It would be.
How are...
Not.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed.
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know...
I'm not proud of what...
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Tell me what...
If I...
You can't...
Look at...
I can't...
I'm not proud...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
We have no effective treatment for this influenza.
Good evening, sir.
So it is...
Do we know it?
Actually, yeah.
Doctor...
He was also...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your...
No. We must keep on healing all those poor...
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that.
You don't have to blame her. What is the Pembroke Hospital?
This
It's not exactly...
Don't...
What can you tell me?
Some...
Tell me...
No.
You really seem to...
I'll go even...
Any... yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my...
Who was this patient?
I don't know.
Why not...
Are you...
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a...
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
This is no time for self... It is the last thing our patients need.
Good evening, Nurse Brett.
Good evening.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him...
Dr. Tippett...
If you're...
Do you require medical assistance?
Thank you for...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me...
Another night of the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you,
That's quite a...
You can call me...
I'm not sure...
Well, I'm not...
You have a...
No need to...
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not?
But you're not...
You keep people...
How is the...
You want it?
So what...
I've been...
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently.
Yesterday, I...
You left...
Go there, you...
Since you're on the front...
It's a
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was...
I know.
I've seen...
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Doctor. Consider the offer from that Cadigan fella.
Street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
You are going to...
They belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs...
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed, I am through.
Please, could you tell me...
I'm a
I based my...
I'd rather...
As long as you're cautious.
You're not the first...
What made you...
I'm not a...
It's always a pleasure to share...
This
I based...
I'd rather...
As long as you...
You're not the first...
What can you...
Well, it...
Do you need... Well, do you want me...
Oh, no.
I see. You... Questions from...
True.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment.
Harvey...
What is it?
Fair question.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first...
But why...
Because he...
This person... Do you think keeping him...
All I need...
Do you need my medical...
You don't have to...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, sir. I see.
I'm Harvey.
Are you sat...
Well,
I won't...
Are you sure?
In other Tell me about yourself.
I'm a cop.
Tell me about...
What I often...
Tell me about...
Mo.
You can't...
Of course.
How could you...
I was...
Tell me more.
What
happened?
The German...
How are your
I was...
I'm sorry.
I would...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
Yes, Doctor?
Exactly. Please.
It's the...
What?
At the pep...
You're...
London...
That's all for now, Nurse. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
No.
Really?
I don't want...
I suppose...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mort.
How painful...
So...
I'm sure...
No.
I see.
Yes, maybe.
How...
So...
I'll let you... Good evening, Mr. God.
I'm okay.
Tell me... How
So painful.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to... Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my...
I'm Dr...
I'm bit...
What can you tell...
No.
May I...
I'm a... Yeah.
What do you think of... Is there something in...
Some of this...
Tell me,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
She managed...
She charged you for a...
Yes.
I...
Waste your time with me.
Goodbye, Mrs. Gosway.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical...
I have...
Goodbye, Mrs. Gosway.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances,
We have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Good evening, sir.
Reed,
Does my...
let us just...
If you have... I know... There is no...
That...
Since carelessness.
We're here...
I don't...
Modern... I don't...
And what...
I said...
Be careful.
I only...
Knowledge.
It is not...
It seems... We cannot lead... Tell me, Waves, are you thinking...
Harvey...
Why do you wish to lead this?
I struck...
If you are...
I'm not...
And are you not afraid?
Right.
Do you need my assistance?
Not a...
I will not let you down, my boy.
It's locked, all right.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. Do you need any help? I will see you later. Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't...
I will see you later. Why did your mother... Is your mother... I have to go now, sir.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, Mr. Fitz. Good evening. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening. And good evening. What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern? It's with the... I believe... So you believe... Dr... Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Good evening. Always a colleague. Not anymore. What do you mean? No. A pawn? Yes. Do you need medical attention? I'm feeling all right. Do you work? Yes. Why do you have... Because... Why... It was... Are you afraid? Sir... How did you... After... Have we met before? When we first... Funny story. Up, yes. What with the... Who comes? I'm... Since you're... No. Do you... I don't think... So you're ready to die? No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't... You're a what? No, Doctor... Do you really? As a quite depressed? Yes. Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. It's locked.
I were young again. Just a dozen years or so.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Goodbye, Milton.
Here again. So many deaths.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma.
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both...
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal.
I will not let you down, my boy.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. Good evening, but in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
So many deaths. And still more coming. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her. I will not let you down, my boy.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot. My sweet girl reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Doc.
Is there anything...
I'm all...
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
This unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your...
I cannot enter.
Only there were more of us, less resignation, more determination.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
My blood and soul. fear and disgust on every street.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
It's locked. Good evening. I'll leave you, Mistress.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find it?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your...
Duty calls?
Many thanks, Doctor.
I cannot enter.
And we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Dr. Reed.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane. Good evening. Have you... No,
This is no laugh.
why is this up?
But if we had...
What is...
I had this. I know.
Do you need my medical... I will see you later. Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
I would have been confused if...
I will see you... Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening.
I'm
Do you need any help?
afraid...
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my...
Do you need any help?
Thank you, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir.
Don't waste your
Good
time
evening.
with me.
Do you require med...
I have...
Tell me, what do you mean?
She managed...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswell.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You're the...
I see that...
Are you really...
How do you...
I am not...
Don't you think...
Yeah.
You...
Heart.
Do you need my...
Don't be...
I will see you later. Thank you for your time.
We'll talk later.
Good evening.
Do you need... I would have... I will see you later. Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but
forgive me.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, John.
And you would like me to...
By the stole of...
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is.
Do you need some...
I have just...
Then ask.
Since I...
Well?
Where
to be...
What do you...
What...
You meant that...
I feel it...
Yet...
The brother...
Since you...
As... You would...
The man with...
He was... Just...
What? We'll see each other again soon, Edgar. The flower's dying. It needs water.